time. So me time over wipe the tears from my eyes. Oh mankind so evil, just don't ask me why. Yes it hurt me hard, this me have to testify. You know long them a fight me and me never stop trying. Have to reach a science to see the most high. Come to speak the truth, me don't tell no lies. I'm the same, Rocky Joe. When you show no love, just like a river, I keep rolling by. Yes, I'm the same, Rocky Joe. When you show no love.
Ladies and gentlemen,
this is the Entertainment Buzz.
Hear me told ya.
Yo, yo, yo. What them say? Up to the buzz. We don't know. The buzz.
You know how we roll.
This is the Entertainment Buzz. Further on in the buzz.
That is why they part of
What we gonna do right here is go back, way back into time.
Sky, are you? All the respect them eyes so full. Like a flag. Hear me now. It's about it. Dig it up.
Entertainment Buzz are the real thing, man. Sight. And now, our feature presentation.
Yes, sir. We want to say a very special welcome to the EBUZZ. I'm DJ Bones. All right, we're going to check. All right, Kish, we're not hearing you. We're going to just get you connected right away. All right, so if you're just joining us, it is the EBUZZ. And, of course, we're unbiased. We're zooming in on the hottest in entertainment. We're very happy to be here with you tonight. And, of course, we're going to get Kashima hooked up right about 3, 2, 1. And... No, not hearing her. Whoops. All right. No. We're going to hook you up now. Is she on? Yeah? All right. So guess what? Tonight, we have an exciting show for you. We have our music artist tonight. His name is Terro Melody. And, of course, our main artist tonight will be Stevie Face. Lots of things happening in the entertainment world these days. What's happening with Jacure? Is Jacure freed? That is something that we're going to be looking at today. And, of course, a source close to reggae singer Jacure has revealed that the artist is set to make a second court appearance in the Netherlands on Monday, confirming that the entertainer remains behind bars. The source said, despite news circulating that the artist may be facing attempted murder charges, there is still no official word on what charges he will be answering to come next week. Also, Jacure, whose birth name is Sikature Alcock, has been in police custody in the Netherlands since the start of the month. Reports are that the singer was arrested and charged with assault following a stabbing incident involving promoter Ricardo Papa Blake on October 1. The Dutch police remain tight-lipped on said charges as law enforcers in the European nation are still referencing their strict privacy laws when inquiries are made about the DJ. All right. Let me see if I can get Kashima online. Can you hear us now, Kashima? You good?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, baby. From I heard that little pop a while ago, I said, yeah, I see that. I see that.
Okay. What was the story that you were talking about just now?
We're talking about Jacure. I actually read the whole story. So they're just saying that Jacure seems to be still behind bars. There's a privacy thing in the Netherlands, so a lot of people trying to find out in terms of will he be facing attempted murder? Yeah, go ahead.
Well, we actually have a contact in the Netherlands. So, there was a photo that was a video and a photograph that was posted on his birthday on October 11. And this actually, sent speculations across social media platforms with persons wondering, is Jacure freed?
Right.
Is he out? Because he was like #freedom and that kind of thing. So what she's telling us is that he still remains behind bars. He's expected to go before the courts on Monday, which at that point they will determine if he should remain in the in detention longer pending the investigation. So we'll have that details and much more come Monday following that proceedings to see what will take place.
Yeah, and it is such a, I guess when you have somebody with the profile or the high profile of Jacure, people are going to be doing a lot of things. And of course, social media is, as I say, it's good and it's bad because they will say stuff sometimes. Some of these vloggers, quote unquote, they will say stuff and sometimes the information is just not quite true. So it's so good that we have a source there that can tell us exactly what is happening. So let us find out what is going to be happening with Jacure. But this one is actually quite scary, which is Daviana, that's Tony Rebel's daughter. Nose broken in a domestic-related attack. That is, what I tell you. So Fusion Sinjay Daviana, the daughter of reggae star Tony Rebel, sent her fans into a tailspin over the weekend when she posted a video of herself in what appears to be a bedroom wearing a T-shirt splattered with blood. The camera panned down and showed numerous drops of blood on the floor. She captioned the scene with saying, "Ready to go." Oh, God, triggers, they just triggered rumors that the video was a failed suicide attempt and a jarring cry for help. What are your thoughts on this? This is actually quite scary.
Well, in a follow-up post that she actually made a post Wednesday morning.
Yeah.
She posted a picture of a report detailing the injuries she sustained from what she's calling domestic abuse with her partner. And in the caption, she wrote, "I am a victim of physical abuse and I will not suffer in the dark anymore and I will not be silenced," was what she said in sharing details from that medical report that she posted on her social media on Wednesday. So that's the latest update. She has made a firm decision to speak out about what is happening to her and just be public with it. And she also mentioned that she has not yet decided to press charges and also ask for privacy during this time, but she's dealing with the matter as is. Can just imagine how, challenging it is for her. There was also a newspaper report where her dad, Tony Rebel, said that, of course, they will be supporting her throughout her ordeal.
It is rough. And, of course, there seems to be an epidemic these kind of stories coming out. Macca Diamond also following her teary-eyed revelation on how, she's one of the biggest artists in dancehall. Ruthlessly, she said that one of the biggest artists in dancehall ruthlessly beat her with a piece of lumber while she was still a newbie in the industry. And Macca Diamond has thanked Tanya Stevens for giving her the courage to tell her own story. She got the courage to relay her story following Tanya Stevens' account of her own beating and rape at the hands of another big-name Jamaican music person about 30 years ago. Now, based on Macca's account, the artist who hung out at the same studio as her has accused her of cozying up with his arch rival and chatting him. It's like a passa business. You can't imagine something. And of course, when he cornered her the day he administered the beating, aided and abetted by a throng of about 20 of his yes men. It is so concerning when these things happen, because I've seen it actually in terms of being at studios and
witnessing an abuse.
Witnessing abuse, a lot of it is not physical, but it's verbal. And the thing with it is that if some of these people who were getting the verbal abuse, if they didn't back down or be submissive, I think it would have become physical. And it needs to stop. It really needs to stop. People who think that they're in a higher rank or a higher, status in life, they come around and they abuse people because it is just ridiculous and it's hurtful. And when I see all these accounts of what is happening, Daviana and Macca and, of course, Tanya also,
And also, Buju's 23-year-old daughter, Abigail Myrie, she garnered the attention of social media users after sharing online that she was allegedly abused by her father. Now, in a string of post and delete messages that sparked speculations among social media users that her page could be hacked, Abigail Myrie claims that she was reportedly strangled by her dad. Now, moments later, a report from the JCF surfaced indicating that Abigail Myrie is missing. The 23-year-old has since fired back with a release of her own, stating that she's not missing. She also shared more pics showing scratches of physical abuse, and she also accused her brother of breaking her car window while she was in traffic. And according to Abigail Myrie, the only person that she trusts right now is her mother, she says. Buju is yet to comment on the issue, and so far she has basically there is no record of her on social media. Well, at the moment she's not following anybody. She has unfollowed everybody, and
Wow.
So that's between Instagram and Twitter. That is the latest update. So we're not sure what is happening with this specific situation as it relates to the Myries. The information keeps changing and more details keep coming out. And I think at this moment, people just want to know what exactly is happening. And what Abigail Myrie is saying to us is that she is in fear.
All that glitters is not gold. And a lot of times, look at the folks that we just spoke about. They're pretty much very high profile people. And you would not know some of the trials and tribulations that they face behind the scenes. Daily, sometimes hourly. And it is rough on people, these women who have been brave enough to come out and speak, because it is a very traumatic scenario, mentally, emotionally, and physically. We give kudos to them when they can come out and say, this is what happened to me. I
think also, Bones, that is what a lot of persons are not understanding, because sometimes when you hear of incidents or situations that happened some 30 years ago or 20 years or 25 years, the first question some people may ask is, why no? Not understanding that everything is a healing process, and it takes a while before someone can actually talk about a traumatic situation. There is a grieving process. There's a process to go through. So they have to also understand that the time is now.
Not only that, everybody's healing time or healing process is different.
Absolutely different.
Somebody can have an incident happen yesterday, and they're able to speak about it and be very vocal about it tomorrow. But depending
or even the same day.
Or even the same day, hours. But some people, it's so traumatic. And of course, that healing process has to continue. If it's 30 years ago, 40 years ago, whatever it is, when they are comfortable enough to come out and speak. The only problem with sometimes with these things is that statute of limitation happens. And when they do speak out, legally, nothing can be done about it. But if they can speak out in time, because, if 10 years passes, depending, they can't press any charges because the statute of limitation has passed. But it doesn't matter. Whenever they are able to come out and speak strongly, it is important because it helps other people to speak
Not only that, but speaking out too is also a part of the healing process, being able to let it out.
Yeah, that's right. And, everybody's different again. Some people just feel that if they don't speak, it'll go away. It will never go away. You have to speak out. As you say, speaking out, venting, communicating, letting it out is a very integral part of the healing process.
Indeed.
Ladies, if you're going through any kind of abuse, it doesn't necessarily have to be a rape. It doesn't have any mental, physical, or emotional abuse.
And not just ladies too, but our men.
Yeah, our men. Yeah. Oh yes. And can I be honest with you? With our men, it's actually worse. When they get abused,
because they're not taught how to express themselves or even to show emotion, because there is this notion that you have to be tough, and part of being tough is not being expressive or or cry, let it out, or to talk about it?
Look, I cry. I have situations where I cry, and I cry hard. But I realize somebody peeled some onion near me, and at that
Don't stop.
Nobody.
I knew you were coming with something.
Nobody
I knew
said
you
that.
were coming with
Onion
something.
from
I
me,
knew
I
it.
all
The
the way.
minute you started, I knew you were going somewhere with it. That is why I had that smirk.
Nobody cry all the while, man. Yeah, somebody put onion in there? Nobody.
All right.
Peter,
While you have the sniffles and we'll get you a handkerchief off air,
Tissue.
let us go to our social media highs and lows with Shanice Williams and Tristan Wilson.
It's now time for social media highs and lows.
Girl, you know so what go on social media. Yeah, girl, the good, the bad, and the ugly. It's your social media highs and lows.
Like I every other day, them find something new for try. Them no mention my name, them no feel them not the light.
This and every Wednesday we've got the online buzz.
I'm Tris.
And I'm Shanice. So, in our highs for this week, rap superstar Cardi B couldn't hold back her excitement about Libra season and her 29th birthday. Now, she celebrated this in a dancehall themed star-studded birthday extravaganza themed Pasa Pasa on Monday night. Now, this was held in Los Angeles and was decorated in Caribbean flags. In true dancehall fashion, Cardi B on Monday showcased the best of Jamaican culture in its raunchy, risque glory. In what was arguably one of the biggest, most authentic dancehall bashes to be held by any international celebrity, Cardi B showed up and showed out for the black, green, and gold, of course. And of course, leave it to the rap icon to go above and beyond to make her 29th birthday celebration an unforgettable one. Now, there were live performances from varying artists, including a few of our own. And of course, popular Jamaican music sound system Chromatic was in the building. Shensia, Ding Dong, Cranium, Mr. Vegas, Spice had to be there. You know, you couldn't have a dancehall themed party and not have the queen herself there representing. Now, the event attracted a host of celebrity high rollers, including Megan Thee Stallion, Tiana Taylor, Normani, Lizzo, and Quavo, just to name a few. And of course, almost everyone understood the assignment. They showed up and they gone with a bag of things in true dancehall fashion. And sorry to say, Cardi, I couldn't make it this year, but next year for sure. And of course, you know, the party was well represented.
So speaking of birthdays, let's jump right into the lows for this week. Grammy-nominated reggae artist Jacure, unfortunately, spent his 43rd birthday in a Dutch detention facility. His birthday was on Monday, October 11th. Last week, he was remanded after appearing in an Amsterdam court to answer charges of attempted murder and assault, act which stemmed from a September 29th altercation where he allegedly attacked promoter Papa of Roots Vibes Promotion and stabbed him in the abdomen. Wow. Papa, who confirmed the alleged attack, was hospitalized after the incident, but afterwards made a report to the police. The circumstances that led to the attack is still unknown. However, the artist is far from free, as he is still in a Dutch penitentiary awaiting his second court appearance. He's presently on remand for 14 days as the police continue their investigation. According to news reports, Jacure is set to appear before a judge in Amsterdam next week Monday, which is October 18th.
So from Cardi B's dancehall-themed birthday party
to Jacure's birthday in Amsterdam, who do you think took social media this week?
Well, that's for another conversation. Check it before you click it, because once you hit send, you may be a social media high or low.
And that's your social media highs and lows. Catch us next Wednesday for What's Buzzing.
I'm Shanice.
And I'm Tris. Bye!
All right. Thank you there, Shanice Williams and Tristan Wilson, for our social media highs and lows.
Oh, my goodness. I'm sorry, Kish. You know, there's a pretty girl that just came in the studio, and I'm just, hi, how you doing? You good?
Okay, you got distracted.
I got very distracted. Apologies. Apologies. It's just very difficult for me. Hey,
so can you contain yourself to go into the discussion now, or you want a little more time to blush?
No, we need to go into discussion. You need to leave. You can't look so good. I dropped my mixed here. But what I'm but you know, it's such an important discussion. So you have an event, and it is promoted as a family friendly event, but then some of the artists that are on there are R-rated. They're known for certain types of lyrics. Why would they put them on the show then if they know that? Is it up to the promoter? Is it up to the parent? Is it up to the artist if something lewd or something expletive should come out? What are your thoughts on that?
Well, when you look at it, and I want to ask you the same question in the capacity as a promoter of a family event as well, because you would have the expertise. But from a patron standpoint, I want to believe that the promoter should be held accountable, because here it is, you're putting on a family event, and if you book an entertainer who is renowned for their triple X performance, and in the same breath you're trying to censor them in that moment, knowing that you could have gone for other entertainers who fit the criteria and fit the bill of the type of show that you are promoting. So in that instant, you cannot isolate the promoter and not look at the promoter for the event to say, okay, why haven't you gone for somebody who is more family oriented? You went for a triple X entertainer. By the time they have edited their set, it would be a silent night.
All right.
But in the capacity of a promoter.
I'll tell you this.
Because I'm blaming you right now.
No, I have had R-rated people on my events, and they did not do R-rated material. And this is why I love to big up artists who are very creative, versatile and talented. Because I will say to them, listen, this is a family show. We're going to have toddlers. We're going to have children in the audience. I need you to fix up your material, right? And I will even hold them contractually to that. You do something stupid up there, you're off. But let me tell you, sometimes the R-rated person or their name is an economic benefit to the show. You understand? So I bring on somebody who is a big name to everybody. So some of them know. All right, look at this. Back in the day, artists, big names, Beanie, Bounty, others, they've had songs that are rated, but they are able to coin and change their show because, first of all, one, they don't want to limit their capacity of earning. You have a Beanie Man coming on a Rebel show as Ras Moses, but when Beanie need to go doing like a raunchy bad song, them he can do it. What it is this: we need to be able to find these artists who can change their event, change their lineup, and they can. 90% of them can, and they can do it very well. When you look at the aspect of it as, should we blame the parent? No. Should we blame the promoter? In a sense, if that promoter does not communicate to the R-rated artists that, listen, this is the show that I'm presenting. This is the demographic that I'm aiming for. I need you to clean up your thing. Can you do it? The
crucial thing that you said just now, Bones, from a promoter's standpoint, is to hold the entertainers accountable contractually.
Very much
and
so.
From a patron standpoint, you would look at the show to say, okay, while you may bash the entertainer, but then in essence and truth, the promoter would have allowed this prolonged set of expletives and raunchiness to happen. Because, like you said, you can, one, pull the plug, and two, there are other measures that you can take from a promoter's standpoint to ensure that your event as a family event is not tainted. Patrons are getting what they pay for, and entertainers too have a responsibility to understand the type of show that they're booked for, and like you have rightfully said, tailor your set to fit the occasion.
I tell you this, you see the artists that are billed or are known for R-rated lyrics, they are also some of the most versatile artists. They can tailor it. And when I'm telling you that they can tailor it very well. As a matter of fact, those are the artists that I like to talk to. We've had events where the artist comes on and I say, listen, you have a song named so and so, you can't go up there, go do that. And when they go up there, and it shows, it helps them too as an artist when they go up there and can fit in and tailor it and make it family friendly and family oriented. Because now what's going to happen now, they're going to be saying, okay, I know that man for this type of material, but I didn't have any idea that he had this other material, or he's able to fix it to make sure that everybody, I can listen to it on a Sunday morning with my granny and my granduncle. if you do that, when these artists are able to do that, it widens their scope, it widens their earning, and it gives them a wider audience and also a wider range of shows that they probably would not have been booked on. Sometimes, you know, they're stuck in a little barrel where them going on them little dance somewhere and the little rude, lewd nastiness happens there and they're comfortable with that. But I said to them, look here, we're going to go on tour, we're going to do a show here, and you need to fix up. And you would not believe how well they fix it up. So I want to give kudos to the artists who are available, who are always ready and are willing, and of course are able to do it. Some of them can't do it.
Versatile enough.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
some of them can't do it.
But you know what I want to ask as well, though? For parents who are ultimately patrons at the event, who feel as if, look, my child was wrongfully exposed to over-sexualized content at this family event that I brought out the entire family and I thought everything will be rated G for general family viewing, but my child or children are being exposed to XXX content. Can this patron, who is also a parent, take legal action against the promoter?
Yes, and not only that too. You can also put it in the court of public opinion. And let me tell you something, not harder than the court of public opinion. Because if the public rise up against an event because they did not deliver what they were supposed to, that will actually tarnish the event. When they're going to do something again, their credibility will be shot. Because if you say to me, if you say, I'm going to put on an event that is family friendly, and artists go up there and do, you know, something that is not supposed to happen on the show, look here, people are going to cuss, and look here, your event will be tarnished the next time you keep it up. But yes, you can do legal action.
And sometimes, you know, you do have entertainers who will say, look, you booked me for your family event, but you already know my content. You know what I'm capable of. You know what I'm going there to do because that's what I've always done. I am a raunchy type of artist. Is that a cop-out or reasonable argument to bring forward that the promoter, you know, is likely to have just misjudged the entire situation?
If the artist states who he is and what he does, then it's on the promoter. Definitely. If I tell you, say, I sing slackness, and this is what I do, because this is what I do on stage, then the promoter, it's up to the promoter now to say, listen, what you do, and the promoter can say to the artist, are you willing to change that set for this kind of show? If the artist is adamant on saying, this is what I do, then I'm not going to book him. I wouldn't put him on the event.
Because it comes full circle to what I said initially, like looking at the situation, the discussion, the promoter is likely to take the brunt of the blame. No, you also mentioned a vital point that for economic purposes, an artist who is raunchy and out there sometimes may be the crowd puller for your event. But in doing so, you're also taking a chance because this very artist that is the crowd puller is likely to taint your event if they are not able to tailor their set to fit the occasion.
And always good to have them contractually agree to change the set. If they can't do that, because you see, this is another thing. We are in the field of artistry. And a lot of people out there don't seem to understand this. Music business, any form of performing arts, it's an emotional event. You go on stage, you plan to do something, and this is something I've seen a lot of artists do. They go on stage and they plan a set, and they get a certain vibe from the crowd, and the whole set just change, same time, because they're realizing that the song that they were going up there with, they're realizing that some of the crowd even saying, give me this a song, yeah, or this. They change the set to try to build a vibe. So this is why it is important to have them contractually signed to something to say, listen, I can't sing certain things. Because when they do that now, yes, your event will be tainted, but you will have a legal recourse. You can say, listen, there's a contract. He said he was not going to do this. He was not going to go on stage and perform these songs or perform it in the way that we know it to be. And he breached that contract, and then there's a sue. We can sue. So, you know. But
so as a promoter, does the size or the magnitude of the celebrity determine whether or not you pull the plug?
The The size does. It depends. If it is somebody who is very large in stature, and they pull a, they will make the crowd real.
Your headliner.
Your headliner. I'm a pimp like this. Let me tell you that. I don't want to say it this way. He already put the crowd inside there. He's all right. They came to see him, but if you go up there, go do foolishness, we plug him out. I've already made the money. They're already in the venue. But if he's gonna go up there and taint my event by
You're pulling the plug, regardless of.
Regardless.
Okay, I'm happy that you said that because some promoters may want to compromise.
No.
Because depending on the size, the magnitude of the artist, his stardom, and how much of a superstar he is, you just allow certain things to happen.
Economics.
But all in all,
economics. They paid to see him as a headliner. And the people
raunchy or not, let him perform and taint your brand.
No, he came in.
Pull the plug.
The crowd is already in there. Me make the money already. Me plug him out. Him start the stupidness. I plug him out. I said, brother, that's not what we agreed on. You need to do it. Can you fix up your argument? Boy, I might think that. All right, have a nice day.
All right, so that's our discussion. I think we turned it inside out. We have touched every angle. Are you ready for At the Movies?
I'm definitely ready for At the Movies. So we now present our pre-recorded program. It's called At the Movies with Maisha Brody. Hi, Maisha. Big up yourself.
Lights, camera, action. Hey, movie lovers, welcome to At the Movies. I'm Maisha Brody. Minister of Culture and Entertainment Olivia Grange has announced that Jamaicans will be able to view a new film on the life of national hero, the Right Excellent Marcus Garvey, during National Heritage Week. Heritage Week is being observed from Sunday, October 10 to Heroes Day, Monday, October 18, under the theme Saluting Our Heroes, Safeguarding Our Legacy. The film, titled African Redemption, The Life and Legacy of Marcus Garvey, will air on local television stations including PBCJ. Minister Grange said the award-winning Jamaican-born filmmaker Roy T. Anderson has consented to the airing of the film on the national hero through a collaboration with the ministry. The film chronicles Garvey's journey to becoming one of the world's leading civil rights activists. Filmed in Jamaica, Ghana, Canada, USA, UK, and Central America, the docudrama blends live-action sequences and stunning still photographs with no-holds-barred interviews and conversations with world-renowned leaders, scholars, and personalities. Multiple Emmy Award-winning actor Keith David, star of Greenleaf, narrated the 85-minute feature-length documentary film. PBCJ will broadcast the full documentary on its cable channel on Heroes Day, Monday, October 18 at 8 p.m. And Culture and Entertainment Minister Olivia Grange says she's happy with how Jamaica was showcased in the new James Bond film No Time to Die. Minister Grange said the film has really promoted Destination Jamaica, Location Jamaica, the culture of Jamaica, its warmth, its people, its vibes, its music. It's just wonderful. The film, parts of which were shot in Portland, was due to be released in April 2020, but was delayed because of the COVID-19 pandemic. It is now in theaters worldwide. Speaking following the first screening of the film at Carib 5 last week, Minister Grange said the new Bond girl, Lashana Lynch, is one of Jamaican heritage. She added that the film also featured another Jamaican actress, Naomi Harris. Noting that the film created employment for Jamaicans, she said the government would continue to push Jamaica as the perfect location to make films. It's now time for this week's Top 5 movies. At number 5, we have Kate. At number 4 this week is Free Guy. The Last Mercenary takes the number 3 spot. At number 2, we have the Netflix series Squid Game. And in the number 1 spot this week is No Time to Die. If you love great movies and series, go ahead and add these to your watch list. But if you're venturing out out to cinemas to watch some of these and more, don't forget that safety is important. So here is a safety tip. Always wear a mask. That's a wrap. Join us next week for more exciting movie news. For At the Movies, I'm Maisha Brody.
All right. Thank you there, Maisha, for At the Movies.
And I said, of course, can I be very honored to let you know that our music artist is what is going to be coming up now. But I like to call him the comeback kid. We do this because he's new to us, but not new to the world. His name is Terro Melody, and we're very happy to have him tonight. Terro Melody, we see you on Zoom. Can you hear us, my brother? How are you?
I don't think Terro can hear us. No. Terro Melody, can you hear us? Welcome.
No, he's saying no, he can't hear us.
All right,
so we're gonna see if we
while
can
we
get it
rectify that.
Yeah, Terro, we see you very clearly on the Zoom feature, but we're not getting to hear the audio. We want to find out what's happening with Terro Melody, how he got started, and why do they call him the comeback kid? Is it something that he did last and come back, or what happened? So we're going to find out.
Yeah, just to get his journey and his story, because in these challenging times too, sometimes a lot of persons just give up along the way or want to pursue something else. Terro, can you hear us?
All right, Terro, if you can hear me, turn on your audio. Check your audio if it's on. It happens. All right.
Well, he's not hearing. He's not hearing you.
No, he's not hearing us at all. And we want to talk to him, because it's interesting. Yeah, he's. What I love with Terro, he's so animated with his signs. He's like, "Yo, me not hear you."
Well, his signs are really telling us that he's not hearing. So, should we try this via phone?
Yeah.
What is Mr. Broadbent telling you?
Well, Peter Broadbent, who's our social media specialist, very proud of the fellow, actually. He's working assiduously to see if we can get his audio all right. And I see Peter there doing technical stuff, things that I don't understand. Yeah, Peter is like, boy, I don't want bones, But Peter, you make everything look expensive, you. Boy, I tell you. So, Terro, we're going to see if we can get you online so we can hear you. Because I can see you, but I realize that you're not hearing us. But this is something that we encounter with time to time on this program where...
Look, glitches will happen, like it's the technological age.
I just think that it is time, and I can say this on the platform now, we need to bring some artists in studio. No and then, because...
But what is the idea, though? I mean, are the curfews still in place?
Yes. We have a curfew of 8 o'clock, Monday to Friday. On Saturday, there's a 6 o'clock lock off. And then Sunday is a no movement day. So
and Wednesday, tonight, there is also...
Nothing.
A curfew.
It's 8 o'clock every night.
Right. So imagine the buzz starts at 8:30 and there is a curfew and Terro driving down.
No man, Terro good man. Terro bigger than curfew.
Terro, you can hear us now. Welcome. I see you rolling up a vibe, man. You're about to
Terro,
get buzzing.
Oh, you do that and not getting on with none, brethren. Oh, you do that and not getting on with brethren. What happened, Terro? Where? Oh, you do? Yeah, how you? Let me ask you. No, it's called neurological nourishment, and it's very important for you to have that. Terro, the name Terro Melody. Did you scare a melody? You run it out, you cuss it. Why is your name Terro Melody?
Seriously, I mean, singing from a tender age.
Yes.
Listening to a lot of different reggae artists, good Jamaican reggae artists. Eventually that name come by my performance, singing different locations like the resort, like you would say the hotels.
Yeah.
Singing like Sizzler. Singing in the hotel is a different variety of song you have to sing. So singing like Sizzler, Bojo, Sanchez, Bob Marley, and all those guys. The people them actually give me that name because fans would come over to me and say, Terro, whoa.
Oh.
Where you get that name from? Just without me even get the name Terro. Why you sound terrible enough?
Oh.
So the people eventually give me that name Terro Melody. By my
Okay.
performance.
Okay.
So how did your you became interested in music now? I know you mentioned that you started from a tender age, but what was your introduction to music and why you and how you fell in love with it?
Well, let me tell you something. My whole family.
Oh.
I was grew up in church.
Okay.
I was a musician. I was a musician in the church. Started out in the church. I played the drums. But from the drums, I realized I have a lot of family. In my family, I have aunties that sing. I have uncles that play the bass, the drum, the keyboard. So started out in the church, I used to hear my mother sing.
Yeah.
And in the church, playing the drums, then eventually I started to sing. Started to lead in the choir without even know that I have such a gift. But
Right.
by singing in the church, then the spirit hit me.
Okay.
And from then I realized that, I had something great inside, not only playing the drum. So I started right there. And from there, I get exposed in the hotel from the age of about 19.
Wow.
And I started to sing in the hotel. I sing right around Jamaica, in every hotel you could think about. I spent 2 decades in the resort singing.
And I think that's why I coined the phrase the comeback kid, because if you're in 20 years in the hotel industry, and we have
two decades.
which is 20 years. That's right. So what I wanted to find out from you is while being in the hotel industry, you found time to put out an album. How difficult was it? Are you still in the hotel industry? Are you still performing on the cabaret circuit?
Let me tell you something, boys. You see, in the hotels, I learned a lot of things about music. Not only in the hotel, it also, it's a package. It's also, the hotel also helped me to launch myself on a wide scale.
How so?
Yes, and it also helped me because leaving school, coming from a poor family, leaving school, never get to go to college.
Right.
And all those stuff. The hotel really helped me to become an intelligent person by meeting people from all over the world. So I'm an international artist in the hotel, but on the big scene, like where you have Sizzla, Bojo Banton, and all those guys. That's what Terro Melody really shot up right now. And with you guys and High FM, eventually I feel myself and I can hear the name rising to that, that standard. So I'm giving thanks right now. So it's as I saying.
Yeah,
No.
I was saying that sometimes making that transition too from a cabaret performer into launching into the entertainment industry, sometimes it can be challenging because the two things are so different, similar yet very different. What are some of the challenges you're experiencing making that transition from a cabaret performer to becoming an internationally renowned artist outside of the hotel circuit?
It was not challenge. It was not challenge. For me, it was not challenge. It was like experience for me. Because the music, when you have the music in your spirit, it's different from trying to be a musician or trying to be an artist. I was born gifted. So singing in the hotel and now recording, get my original stuff. I mean, with the help of Shylock, I would say Hartley Atkins, big up my manager. With the help of Hartley, that's where we eventually in getting on that international scene. So from the hotel to recording my original stuff, it wasn't a challenge for me because the music always within me. And growing up, I always sing with live bands. That's the thing with me. So when you're working with a live band, it's different from working on tracks. I don't allow myself to sing and recording. I like to go in the studio and build my own stuff, create a song like, Bob Marley, Burning Spear, and all those guys would create something live, spiritual. So it wasn't a challenge for me. As I said, from the hotel to the recording studio, it's like was Boom.
It was just a smooth.
And singing all those guys like Buju, and as I told you, Richie Spice and all those guys in the hotel, sometimes requests come along and you have to just sing it because it's in the hotel. It helped me to develop a voice. So in my song, you would hear many sounds.
Nice.
Many sounds. If you listen to my songs, you hear many sounds. Many people would say, wow, you sound like Richie Spice. You sound like Buju from the hotel.
All right, Terro.
The recording.
We want to break down some mechanics now. You talked about your management a while ago. Couple of things that we want to hear from you in terms of what are you promoting now? Who is management? And also tell us about your social media pages if anybody wants to reach you.
Yeah, well, my management that I'm working with right now is Artley Hopkins. We're working with the brand P&H Investment.
Okay.
Big up Shylock. Is an ex-part of the whole team. Well, for right now, we have an EP out.
Okay.
Reggae, we call it Reggae Rebirth, where we have songs like Class War, Conqueror. We have songs like Put Jah First.
Right.
And at times like now, we need songs like those.
Right.
We have songs like Brutality. And Freedom is one of the next biggest song on that EP, right? You know, because to what's going on across the world right now, we all need freedom. We all need to be free, whether spiritual, physical, mental. You know what I mean? So right now we're working with Artley Hopkins at the time right now, P&H Investment, and it's been a great move to so far because I'm comfortable. Yeah, I'm comfortable with who I'm working with right now. So.
And your social media pages, how will we get to you? Are you on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter and all that?
Yeah, man, you can check me out on Instagram, and you can check me out on YouTube, Facebook, Terro Melody.
Right, that's what I wanted. What's the name? Yeah, what's the name on those places? So is it Terro Melody?
Terro Melody. Terro Melody. It's Terro Melody.
Okay.
It's simple, Terro Melody.
No, you mentioned your EP, Reggae Rebirth. What's the story behind the naming of the EP? Why Reggae Rebirth?
Let me tell you something. To where I see reggae music right now, it's so sad to say. But I won't even go into that because we don't have the time. It's going to take a long time for me to talk about that. But to where we see reggae right now, reggae music is a spiritual music. Yeah. We need that spirit in reggae music. We don't need no hype in reggae music. Reggae music don't come with nothing but just spirit. Lyrics, good context of song, so people can relate to. And in a time like now, remember, reggae music is like, Jamaica is like reggae. Yeah. And we have to keep that culture. That's the value of our country, Jamaica, and our culture. Reggae music is what put Jamaica where it is. So we need reggae music right now to be a music that come back right now so we can listen to some good reggae music and the people across, can come to Jamaica even more often from all over the world because of the music. And we don't want to stray the music with nothing like, just good music. And that's all I have to say about it.
All right, Terro, Reggae Rebirth. Can we coin that with the term they call you the comeback kid? Because rebirth is like a renewing, you're forwarding again in a new style. There's a song you have called Put Jah First. Tell us about the origins of that song. What inspired you to put that one together?
Well, when I didn't write that song. That song was written by my manager.
Okay.
And I have to give props where it come from. I'm not one of the artists that's gonna come out and want someone, you know what I mean? Whatever. Anyway, that song, when I get that song to sing, I get that song like maybe about 3-4 years ago to sing. But, nothing happened before the time. But when I listen to the lyrics of that song, put Jah first and everything will come after. I mean, there's no other way to say it, but just sing it.
Can
listening
to Terro and hear him talk about the spirituality that the reggae music should have. I don't know about you, but I want our listeners to hear Terro.
That's what I said too. That's exactly what I was going to think.
All right, so
Terro.
let's ask DJ Lollipop to just drop a Terro melody for us, our music artists, right here on the EBUZZ.
Put Jah first, Terro. Yeah.
Put your first, and everything will come after. Is your life a puzzle? Then Jaja is a missing face. Put your first and end the worst. The rest of it will fall in place. When you put Jaja first, he will love you. He will love you. He will love you. Yes. They can't keep a good one down. They can't keep a good one down. They can't keep a good one down. And it's true. Your life a gamble, like the game of chance. Keep the faith, participate, lady, and you earn that. When you put Jaja first, Jah will love you. I know you love, yes, he will love, yes, he love you, yes. They can see,
Thank you very much, Terro Melody.
Right.
Loving that
Terro
one.
Melody.
Put your first man and everything will come after.
And
man.
bless up your manager for writing. It's a very inspirational song.
Yes, man.
Tell us about the album. Is it available on all digital platforms? How can people get the album? And tell us about some of the people that you worked with on the album, producers, writers, musicians, and so on.
Yeah, you can get that album. You can get that album on Amazon, and you can also find it on Spotify.
And what's the name of the album? Name of it?
Put your first.
Oh, so
no, the Reggae Rebirth.
Reggae Rebirth. Okay.
Reggae Rebirth. That's the name of the EP, and it's a EP.
How many tracks?
5 songs.
How many tracks and who you worked with?
It's 5 tracks on the EP.
And who are some of the people you worked with in terms of producers, or is it one producer?
Yes. That album was mixed by Patty's World. That's Anchor.
Yes. Oh.
I work on, and I also, this is the secret behind this song, these tracks, with this musician.
Yes.
All those guys that I work with for the past 2 decades, I think about, not change that formula, but work with that same spirit. So the guys them that play on this EP is the guys them that we actually work with in the resort.
Oh, okay.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
And that was going to be my next question, Terro Melody. Like, you're on this journey now to get your music out there, to the world. Do you foresee going back into cabaret, performing in the hotel, or right now you're just focused on building Terro Melody outside the resorts?
I never see myself as a cabaret artist. I see myself as a musician. So singing in the hotel, yes, I would still sing in the hotel because it's my people. And my fans is always going to be there. That's where I actually started.
Right.
Develop this Terro Melody from. So I will never be ungrateful. But what I would like in the resort is for them to change up like the policy. Stop treat musicians and artists like they are criminals. We face a lot of disrespect in here, but because of the music,
How so?
Yes.
What's the treatment like? They're hearing, they're hearing, So tell us what's happening.
Yeah, the treatment in the resort as entertainers. Sometimes we feel, sometimes I can speak for myself. Sometimes I feel like I'm in prison, and this is our country.
How
it's
so?
Reggae music.
How do you feel?
Like red tape and restrictions.
How do you feel like you're in prison? What? Give us some examples. What are you feeling? What are you facing in the resort?
I mean, on stage, you're sweating on stage, performing on stage for all those people, all those guests from all different countries. Yes, they love you. They rock with you on stage. But after coming off stage, it's like you can't even sit down and reason with one of the guests. Them, it's like no.
Oh, that's what you're saying.
So there's a lot of things going on in the system that we need to talk about, and we don't. We're not
so you perform, people love you, and you can't because of the
there
position.
There is no interaction at all.
No.
That
It's
can't
like,
work.
it's like you
wow.
know,
Hotels,
cell.
wanna fix
It's
up
like
that.
someone just visit you for a second or a minute and that's it. So that's that's the challenge we've been facing for years now, and it haven't changed. It's worse now.
Wow.
Getting worse.
Have you
Because
spoken
because
up to like the?
because of the hold on
No.
because of the
I
love of
was.
the music. That's what keep me in the result.
Ask him again.
So love
I was asking if you have spoken out to like, the hotel or authorities, like the management and stuff, to say,
Right.
like this can't happen, like, to have some sort of interaction, conversation, an autograph signing, or
Right.
just something. Have you spoken out?
No. Let me tell you something. In the resort, in the hotels, that's what we call it. Majority of this hotel that I sing in doesn't own by our colors, black people. So the cultures, it's very. Like me, it's a hardcore reggae music.
Down to the
and
dog in
sometimes
the
they
background
have
a quarrel,
problem with that.
The dog in the background
Sometimes-
a quarrel say, yo, Terro, I show you talking. You hear him in the background, man.
Yo,
Yeah.
you know, a real thing me talking about Bones. Listen, I've been facing this all of my life singing in the hotel. And someone
Wow.
have to talk, not you. Someone have to talk.
Yeah. And Terro, continue to let your spirit guide you. I see that, you're very spiritual. You move with the energy. You move with a type of vibration. That's very obvious. I pick up that from your energy and everything.
man.
And, you seem like a happy spirit, a light spirit. And, you have your little ziggy, a blaze and thing. And
Sure, man. Yeah,
nice
sure.
another night.
You don't know.
So we genuinely wish you all the best, man.
Yes.
Terro, anybody you want to big up before you go?
Yes, before me leave, we're working on a boom track right now, a single. Me and this our next artist is a artist that face the same challenge that I and I face. So I decide that we're gonna work together and do something. So I have a track that I'm working and we start with the video. It's gonna be released soon. That song title called Closer to Jah. Closer to you.
Closer to Jah.
That song gonna feature Terro Melody and Richard Prophet. But before I leave, I would like to big up my 4 beautiful kids them.
Nice.
I would like to big up my mother and my father. Give thanks to Mama Carmen. Give thanks to my big man, Dada. You don't know. Big up my fans them across the world. I would like to big up Key Valley where I was born and grew. Big up Clarksonville. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big up the whole Jamaica. Big up my fans them. Big up IRFM. Hey Bones. Big up yourself,
Blessed love. Blessed
big
love.
up yourself, Keshima.
Blessed
All right,
love.
big up yourself, Terro Melody.
Terro Melody, music. You're not new. You're the comeback kid, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. And, of course, we're looking forward. People were asking you to go out and buy Terro Melody's album, his EP. It's
Reggae
on all.
Rebirth.
Reggae Rebirth. Get it on all streaming platforms. Go get it now. And Terro Melody, we're looking out for the boom tune with the artist. See?
Yes.
All right, big up.
Blessed love, my brother. Keep the music high.
Big up to Terro Melody, man. Yeah, he does have this light energy around him. I can totally understand, him just moving with the spiritual vibration that him feeling. So, yeah, big up to Terro.
Blessed love, Terro Melody. Keep it strong. Keep it strong, brother. Enough love. Yes. But I tell you, I didn't know that they faced all those problems in the hotel.
No,
I mean, go hotel all the while.
I thought, after performance, they could, interact with the guests.
I know when I used to go, I stay at Sandals Resorts all the time. They could interact. They would sit and say, this is, and some of them were available they were allowed to, some of them had their own little CDs, like a package of CDs that they would, they would sell them right in there, a $10 US and you buy it. So it's hard when you can't interact. It's hard.
Yeah, and I really hope that Terro will have that conversation, just with the management, whether or not, it is black owned or white owned, but just so the conversation can start. It can happen, from that level.
We're in a time now, it's a new paradigm. The days of old are now gone. Things need to change. And and some of these places need to just get with the times. You have an entertainer on stage making vibes, creating joy for the guests. They need to be able to interact with them. At least. Foolishness that. Fire for that.
Absolutely.
Fire.
So we have to speak out and speak up, For real.
Man, you have to interact with the people, man. The people are coming to see you. You're entertaining them. You're making them feel good. You're making their stay enjoyable. They should be able to come up to you and say, I enjoyed that show. Can I?
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's
Absolutely.
so simple. Yeah, that foolishness, that.
No, we have Stevie Face coming up.
If you want. Oh, sorry. I got all excited about it. You remember that tune there? Hey, Stevie Face has some
Of course.
that tune there.
Well, you know, Stevie Face, he's getting like a lot of love right now for his latest track. He's getting heavy rotation across radio.
Right
till
here
we
too.
Meet again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He might go on bad. And you know, I call Stevie Face one of my originals. I've known him for such a long time. Very humble brother, very calm, and he's very meticulous and strategic in terms of how he puts his music out. And we want to get to him. We have not had him here for a long time.
Yeah, for a minute.
For a minute, more like an hour.
No, it's
been a while.
It's been a long time, for real. It's been a long time.
Understanding, not I don't think he's in Jamaica much anymore. He's not based here anymore. But we want to find out what's going on with him, the tracks that he's putting out now, and you know, and of course, there is Stevie Face right there.
Yeah,
look at
I
him.
see Stevie Face.
Hey, the man even look richer than the last
not
time
sure
we
if
see
he
him.
can hear us yet.
No, he might laugh, man. He might hear it. He might hear it, man. He might hear it.
He can hear us
Look
for
how Stevie
sure.
look. Hey, Stevie, the foreign AC at work for you, the boy. Hello.
Stevie Face, welcome.
Welcome,
Bones
my
and
brother.
I were just saying it's been a minute since you've been on.
Yeah, man. How you doing, Stevie?
Definitely.
How you doing?
Well,
man?
we are give thanks to the we are give thanks. It's a joy, it's a pleasure, you know what I mean?
It's a joy to see you. It's been a long time we haven't spoken to you via interview.
Been a minute, been a little while, but you know, nothing before
Yeah.
the time. Nothing before the time.
Nothing before
I
the
was just saying to Bones too that your song Till We Meet Again, I mean,
Mad.
it's a favorite for many music lovers and it is getting heavy rotation
Mad.
across radio stations locally. Is this song a representation of a personal experience for you, Stevie?
Definitely. I've lost a few friends during this
Wow.
pandemic, you know what I mean? And I've lost my auntie to COVID in England. So that is the real reason why I really wrote that song. I have lost about 3 friends to COVID, and then one of my dear friends crashed off a bike and died. And I grew up with him, so that was a great loss for me. So that's how that song really came about.
You know,
Our condolences to you and the family.
yeah, condolences to you and the family, my brother. Talk to us a little bit about what's been happening with Stevie Face. You are not here anymore. It seems like what a.
I'm always there, man. I have businesses there, so I commute a lot.
You commute a lot. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, but my kids are here in Florida, and from the COVID pandemic, I decided that I made a choice to come and stay close to my children,
which is very important. The
kind
songs,
of time, especially this time, we need the kids need the father. So,
I'm glad that you see that. I'm glad that you.
For sure.
For sure.
I mean, business and music is important, but I think family comes first.
Always, always.
And you know, as you mentioned COVID, Stevie, and you know, you talk about losing friends to COVID, losing a family member to COVID, making a conscious decision to be close to your family and your children in light of COVID-19. So you more than anybody, you understand the seriousness of what is happening with this pandemic and the lives that it has claimed thus far. What are some of the measures that you are personally putting in place to ensure you as an artist, when you go out to perform, that you are safe and ultimately your family is safe as well?
Well, the most you can do is wear your mask. I mean, just do the necessaries. Keep washing your hands. Of course, I believe in boosting my immune system.
Right.
So, every day is turmeric, garlic, cayenne pepper. I make a punch, and every morning that's
bad enough.
Yeah. So use, and I put the kids on it to keep the immune system up. And so far so good, you know. I have to give thanks.
All right. A couple of things. One of the things I wanted to find out from you, Stevie, the COVID has affected the music business terribly.
Tremendously.
How have you survived? How has it been for you? Tours are no longer happening. Well, I think they're kind of happening now, But
they're just opening back. Europe gradually opening. America is opening up.
right. How have you managed
gradually.
when they were the lockdowns? How did you survive?
Well, of course, musically, there was not much to be had from the music.
Right.
But because of investment outside of the music, I was able to cope. I was able to feed my family and still, I can take care of myself. I am grateful is because of the music why I have external income, which is, I would always encourage every entertainer to think about doing business outside of the music also, to create for their generations, because I think that is what I am doing now. So I'm teaching my children the importance of business and the importance of creating a legacy and for the legacy to live on through generations to come.
And that's something
that's really awesome.
I love that, Kish, in terms of what's
creating generational wealth.
Generational wealth and passive income. And what a lot of the artists needs to understand, when things are riding high for them and they're making a lot of money, and they do make some good money, especially if they're popular and they're doing shows. It's not what you earn, it's what you do with the earnings. And I do believe you have done very well with what you have been doing.
Accurate. No, you know what I wanted to jump in and ask you, Stevie? You mentioned that the US is open for travel, which is true. But come November, foreigners who wish to travel to the United States will have to be fully vaccinated in order to gain entry. What are your thoughts on this new policy?
It's going to affect a lot of artists. Negative and positive. Some artists I've spoken to, quite a number of them, who are saying that they are not going to take the vaccine, so they have decided that they won't travel again. I haven't taken the vaccine either. Okay. I am here in the States, so I am not sure what is going to happen for me as it relates to going to Europe. I earn most of my money in Europe. The booking agent there is very concerned, because they're lining up a lot of shows and some of the festivals for next year.
Right.
Based on the songs that I've put out recently, and they are doing very well in Europe. Right. So it is a concern. It is a concern. It is a serious concern. But I guess when the time comes, we know. But for now, I'm not. I can't say I'm vaccinated. I'm not.
And that is fine. As a matter of fact, it is your choice. Yeah. And
it's a personal choice. Yeah.
It's a personal choice. In terms of the market now, because the November 1 deadline of people being fully vaccinated to come to the United States, it is something that is swirling here, like a buzz, saying, boy, so on. There are we had a concern about certain things, like in London especially, we were not being recognized as vaccinated. Yeah. We take the AstraZeneca, or what they're saying that it's not going to be recognized, I think, maybe this week or next week. But we are having issues with that. In terms of going to Europe, do you know if they recognize, is it, all right, you're not vaccinated, but is it that you're going to now have to be doing a PCR test and an antigen test every time to go?
What the agent over there is telling me is that some of the European countries are not really enforcing the vaccine. Like, you can come into Germany without being vaccinated. So you have quite a number of countries there that are not yet there yet as it relates to vaccine. But the problem that
you have to take a test though.
Yeah. But the problem that we might have, again, some of these airlines are now moving towards only vaccinated
travelers.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an issue. It's going to be an issue. It is unfortunate. I don't know. But let's see how it goes. Because if I personally believe that if it was a personal choice of yours to be vaccinated, how is it that you're enforcing it, or you're shutting down everything if you're not vaccinated? I mean, it's not a choice then.
It's mandatory.
Mandatory.
Well, Stevie, I know one way that you will continue to earn: Apple Music, Pandora, Spotify, and Deezer, among many other platforms. Your music is accessible with just a click. Now, has the digital era changed how you release, promote, and create music?
Not really. Not really. I always sing from my heart. I am picky. I don't sing on any and everything. I am very choosy. I don't think nothing has changed for me really. You know, it makes life easier, Kashima, when you're singing and you're not really singing for the money.
Yeah.
You're singing for the love. You're singing for because you think you have a responsibility to keep this legacy going and to preserve the roots rock reggae kind of vibe. So it is very easy for me. I give thanks when I earn. If I don't earn, I still give thanks. You know what I mean? But I am not doing the music primarily for just the financial wealth. It's more like it's a love, it's a passion, and I see where the response has been tremendous, even now more than ever. You know, it's like even in Europe now, in England, it's overwhelming. You know, so it's just a joy within itself.
But you know something, Stevie, that's you from long time. Yeah. That's you. But I think that we owe it to our listeners to give them a treat tonight and give them a little Stevie Face mix. What do you say about that?
Anything.
All right. So I would love, we haven't had you here for a while, so we want them to give it to you. You give it to the listeners, intro it in a true Stevie Face style. And we just give them a mix, give them some big tune you drop in at your time, you know, brother.
We give thanks for
your time.
Yeah, man. The theme time, it's always theme time.
All right, well, for all those who don't know and for all those who know.
Yeah.
Take a listen, huh?
Sure. Stevie, up.
Oh, I've got to shout it. Every man's calling your name, heading for the Hall of Fame. Go out and state your claim, baby. You won the game. It is your time to reign. Oh, baby, growing up for you wasn't easy. They often call you names that would grieve me. I often wondered why they wanna make you cry. Couldn't understand it why. Oh, baby, now you've grown into a beauty. Everywhere you go, every man I call you Miss Cutie Cutie. But you just stopped and smiled, holding your head up high. Maybe you've won the prize, a diamond in the eyes. Every man's calling your name. Some people search you like a hall of fame, but never seem to find happiness. Thank you for loving me. Through my ups and downs and ins and outs, you stood by me. Oh, baby, thank you for loving me. Through my silly lies and alibis, you stood by me. Yes, you did. Ooh. So many nights you cried yourself to sleep. Oh, baby. Never knew the life I live was making you weep. Because of me, you couldn't even eat. Only the Lord knows what you saw in me. Thank you for loving me. Through my ups and downs and ins and outs, you stood by me. Oh, baby, thank you for loving me. Through my silly lies and alibis, you stood by me. Oh, girl. I'm so sorry for the hurt and the pain that I have caused you in your life. Every generation blames the one before. And all of their frustration comes beating on your door. I know I am a prisoner to all my father also did. I know I am a hostage to
To all his hopes and fears, I just wish that I could have told him in the living years. Come sing with me. Say it loud. Say it clear. Won't you say it clear? You carry the sun as well as you hear.
I'm the couple that try to copy them to stop it.
With me, my oh, it's too late. When we die, oh, when we die, we don't see eye to eye. Oh no, I wasn't there that morning when my father passed away. Oh, I didn't get to tell him all the things I had to say. Ooh, I thought I caught his spirit later that same year. I thought I heard his echo in my baby's newborn tears. I wish that I could have told him in the living years. Won't you sing with me? Say it loud if you want. Won't you say someone to play with? Go and find yourself a toy. Baby, my time is too expensive, and I'm not your little boy. If you are serious, don't play with my heart, makes me furious. But if you want me to love you, baby, I will. Baby, I will. Tell it like it is. Don't be ashamed, let your conscience be my crew and the girl them too. Straight from we born, we don't know about you. My crew and the girl them too. All of my ladies they respect you. My crew and the girl them too. Straight from me born, we don't know about you. My crew and the girl them too. All of my ladies they respect you. Them can take on the visa if they want, me no care. Girl I know me love and be by you me swear. But now me sorry if you know why me no care. She want me to be celebrate every night. Seem like only yesterday we were sitting on the corner.
Yes,
my
Stevie
God.
Face.
Stevie, thank you for the memories, sir. Hey, I
Yes,
hit
sir.
them there in a youth.
You know, Bones, as I'm sitting here, Stevie, and I'm
Yeah.
listening to your songs being played, you know, I'm thinking, wow, Stevie haven't given us an album in almost
A
8
long
years.
time.
You must be working on something. No, what's in the pipeline?
Definitely. I'm working on the album as we speak. It will be out early next year. I am excited about it.
Well, we're
everything
excited
is
too.
fine. Everything is beautiful, man, and I know people are going to enjoy that
Well,
project.
look,
You know what I mean?
if we get a smorgasbord of the hits we just played a while ago, oh, the album, I don't even know what that album. Can you tell us
I
a
want
little
to know
sneak
more,
peek?
yeah.
A little sneak peek about the album. You have a name for it yet?
Um,
and so on?
You know, all right, to be honest with you, I am doing some production for myself now.
Which is always best. Yeah.
So I am producing some of the songs from the album. Some producers from the UK like Stingray over there in the UK, and a few other UK producers, Peckins, doing some work. Big A from IRFM there.
Nice.
Mad.
Big A.
Yeah, so, you know what I mean? It's really coming along. I'm excited about it. So it's gonna be fabulous.
Are you
authentic Stevie or collaborations?
Some collaborations will be there, of course. But for the most part, Steve I gonna lead the thing, it go. Still I gotta do our thing, our style, our flavor.
Of course. Can you give us a sneak peek of maybe some of the collaborations that you're working on?
Well, I've already done collaborations with Anthony B.
Nice.
And Beanie Man that will be on the album. And I have another surprise working on with
you know what kind of surprise?
One of the greatest. When we drop it, we just want it to be a bombshell, don't it?
You drop it, we drop down.
How many tracks are you thinking?
Yeah.
12.
Nice.
12.
Nice.
12.
All right.
So you told us about the you're looking at. Have you set a release date in terms of when?
No, not as yet. But I know that it will be out for Valentine's for sure.
All right, so that's a date right there.
Yeah, around that time.
For sure.
Look, Stevie, it's so good to have you on because we've always been putting out premium music. It's not just regular music. Your music has always been very premium. And as I always call you, you're one of the original them. For Yasso, for Irie.
Yeah, we not switch bones. We can't switch. And we just want to take the time out to give thanks for the continuous support throughout the years. The Irie FM family, you know what I mean? And to all the other personalities elsewhere. And all the great personalities who work with Irie and has moved on. I have so much love and respect to them just the same, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Words can't express, Bones.
Same.
From poverty.
Same.
You know the thing.
We know
what I say? So where we are now within itself is a blessing, you know what I mean? A lot of people didn't expect it. But, the Almighty, who just bless no man curse, and, the Almighty has put a lot of people on the journey to empower me, you know what I mean, including the item. So we have to say thanks, you know what I mean? Much love and respect, and the support is continuous, and I'll always try to keep the music clean and positive,
Wow. Stevie Face, continue to grow and do your thing, man. We can see that you're comfortable.
Man, comfortable.
Yeah, I mean it shows in your face. You can also see that you're at a really good place in your life right now. So I can only imagine what your music will be like, because when you're at that space where vibes good and everything right, the music undoubtedly should be exceptional.
Yes, man, we will. I have two sons, one 18 and one 15. And the other day I had a conversation with them. I tell them not to take anything for granted.
Good.
And I tell them that when I was going to Yala's primary school, I could not graduate from Yala's primary school because I didn't have a pair of shoes. My grandmother couldn't afford at the time to buy me the shoes to go to graduation. So I see now where they have so many pairs. When I tell them the story, they say, how come you couldn't afford a pair? I can't understand that. I say, you will never understand, but you must never take it for granted. I mean, the situation has changed, and it is on the back of many great people, because of Dennis Brown and the great Isaacs and the Jacob Millers and the Bob Marleys and all the great Mighty Mike. You know what I mean?
Yes.
All the great people is because of their work and their deeds why I can be in a position right now to buy all the shoe you need, So I when I tell them the stories, like, I know that they don't understand, but I have to ring it in their heads every day for them to get it. Take nothing for granted, because of it's not only my doing, it's a lot of people, and their love and their help and their support where I am in a position to feed them and to feed my family. So it's just to the world and to all the people who have supported me throughout the years. It's nothing but love. And thanks immensely. You know what I mean?
Before you go, Stevie, tell us your social media handles, who's management, if they heard all those beautiful tracks
all
that we
right,
heard.
Bones, let me tell you.
Yeah.
People always say I'm humble and thing. I the only social media I have is IG, and it's official Stevie Face.
That's it.
And I am the person, I am the one who deals with every single. I get them daily, and I take the time out to answer every single message that comes in. You know what I mean? Awesome. I really don't use the Facebook a lot. So if you link me up on official Stevie Face, I'll definitely answer you. And you know what I mean? And for the guys who always link up for dub plate and everything, that's where they do it. And you know what I mean?
And who's management for you? How do we book you? We love the music. Somebody want to book you. How do we do that?
We can, don't it?
Exactly. IG same way, not true?
Right, IG.
Yeah.
IG.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I see people start calling everywhere. When them can't find me, them call all big head on Irish.
Then I'm a manager too. Him not easy, you know, man.
Yeah.
Wow, but Stevie
for the
Face,
most
we
part,
wish you.
IG.
IG.
Yeah,
Stevie,
All right. We
anybody
wish you
else?
all the best though, Stevie, and I truly appreciate how you just toss out the gratitude. Gratitude is a must, and you're giving credit where it's due. Phenomenal.
Every time, Kashima. What is so much love, and it's a pleasure being on, and everyone just stay safe and put you first.
Blessed love to you, Stevie Face. Wish you all the best.
Every time.
And we have the tune them, yo. We're going to beat them like a bomb youth.
All right. Say a word, brother.
Enough love. Yes, sir. All right.
All right. Every time, my family.
Enough love. Enough love. Stevie
All
Face.
right, big up
Great
Stevie
to have
Face
him.
right
Long
there,
time.
our main guest.
Long time. Great to have you, Stevie. Enough love. And of course,
3 minutes remaining. Look at that. We're absolutely out of time. I mean, when conversation, nice.
we're going to go to the IRA FM Top 10 Dancehall Chart recap with Courtney Mack and DJ Brian. I think that's going to take us out, actually. But let's go.
This is the Guinness Dancehall Top 10. Down.
I wonder is who really run dancehall. Who really have the number one song?
All the youths them want.
Who run dancehall? Do you really want to know?
Coming in at number 10 for this week, Chosen by Ritical.
Number 9, Intense Poison.
Number 8, Run Run Shensia.
Number 7, Massacre Special.
Number 6, Sell Off Alkaline.
Number 5, Skeng Gunmanship.
Number 4, Yahoo Boys.
Number 3, 450 Journey.
Number 2, Imperfection 450. Ready for the number 1 Saturday. Coming in at number 1 for the 4th week, Jada Kingdom, Yanni, Feelings, number
1. Like you know, remember me did one about a yeah. I made it belly, this is something you know ready for. But like a temper man, you're different than a regular. I would it tell you, say my love money prescribed. Look ya baby, if my tell you, say you are my first love, would you believe? May I forgive it to you, cause you saved me from the streets. Well, life will be without you, can't begin to imagine. I'll if you make me doubt you, me to still me, I go love you same way. Let's get married, done with the play dates.
Big song or big song. The Guinness Top 10 charts is where it happens. Only big songs make this chart.
Dancehall can't start.
Dancehall love me everything.
All right, that's the IRFM Top 10 Dancehall Chart recap with Courtney Mack and DJ Brian. We're pretty much out of time. I want to say very special thanks to everybody. Big up Stevie Fierce. Big up
Yes, and
Terro
big up our
Melody.
music artist,
Yeah.
Terro Melody.
Yeah.
Big up yourself.
What?
Big up the team Bones. Big up, of course, to Jody and Dawkins, our production assistant.
Right. We want to say a very special thanks to our technical operators. We got DJ Lollipop, studio engineers Kemoy Sharp, the girl named Sharp like a harp, and of course telephone operator Shania Roberts, and of course our social media specialist Peter Broadbar. We have to do the English.
Thank you.
We got to do the Broadbar thing, you know. We had a time.
All right, that's basically our time. Muta Baruka is up next with the Cutting Edge. I'm Kishima Francis.
And I'm DJ Bones. Join us next week for another exciting edition of the EBUZZ.